That's how we're starting things off in 2026. So, hey, Raindrops, on today's episode of Reality with the King, she is here live and living color in person. As you all know, I love this woman. I am a huge fan of her, not only as a reality star, I'm a fan of her music, her voice. She knows I love her album. Honey, is it serious? I see you. And I'm seeing her. Give it up for the Candiace Dillard Bassett.
Hello. Good morning.
Are we clapping?
Yeah, we can do a round.
Okay.
Yes.
Round of applause.
Yes.
The
Thank
ass
you.
isn't clapping, but the hands are.
The hands are. Well, the ass will clap now.
Ooh.
Jet gave me a little extra.
He did?
And we thank him.
Oh, so your son gave you a little cake?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Is it pound cake a Twinkie?
What's a Twinkie? It's a Twinkie? Ooh, no. I would say a pound cake.
A pound cake.
Yeah, Chris would say pound cake.
Okay. Is Chris enjoying it?
Very much. He does not pass the behind without doing a little toot, a little grab.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a fun place. I'm enjoying postpartum body. Postpartum is ghetto. Postpartum body is 5 stars.
Why is postpartum ghetto?
Oh my God. It's because you don't know it's like a mixed bag of nonsense and foolery and hood nonsense. It's foolishness. I don't know if I haven't told you this, but I've talked about it publicly. Post jet, like 3 days post jet, I experienced a blood clot in my left ovary. Yes. These kill people. They take the people to the king, not you, but the other king.
Yeah, the king.
The king. Yes. Like women will like check out from what I had. Like,
how did you know you had it?
So we went to a postpartum retreat and then we were there for like 4 days, went home. I began to feel high fever, excruciating pain in my lower left abdomen. And I didn't know what it was. And I wasn't like dialed in really because I was focused on like, oh, the baby. And I think I was just out of it. I was having night sweats, which nobody told me about. Everybody is fired because nobody told me about the night sweats, like drenched in sweat. And my dad is a physician. He was in Ecuador on vacation. He happened to call to check in and I was like, yeah, I'm having these pains. And it was so bad, I could not function without like doubling up on prescription Tylenol and Advil just to be able to like sit up. I couldn't even change my like postpartum diaper. I couldn't even bend over to lift my legs up. It was I was like on the floor trying to like throw the diaper and grab it with my foot.
Oh my
and pull
gosh.
It. Horrible. My dad was like, you need to go to the ER. And my dad is the kind of doctor who he's not like medicine. He's very much like, let's triage, let's figure this out and get you out of the hospital. We don't want you in here. So for my dad to say, go to the hospital, I was like, oh my God. He didn't say what it was. And then I talked to my sister-in-law. She tells me later, Tyler, my nephew, Tyler's teacher died from this. My friend Adrian's coworker died from this.
Having a blood clot in their ovaries?
Yes, or just I don't know. A
blood clot in general.
A blood clot, a postpartum blood clot.
So women after giving birth.
Yes.
These people died.
Yes.
Courtesy of a postpartum blood clot.
Yes. So I had lost like a liter of blood. You only have 5. I lost a whole liter. And I remember like Chris told me later that like there was blood like shooting out of me. I was like, why didn't you tell me that?
Were y'all having sex?
No, like like after I gave birth.
Yeah, okay, got it.
And they're like, I had a tear, so I was being sewn up. And he's like, yeah, there was like blood shooting everywhere. And I was like, oh, okay. So then they put Jet on my chest because I wanted to do, it's called the golden hour. They put him on my chest and I wanted to just like be naked and have him on my chest and try to breastfeed. And I began to feel like hypoglycemic, like lightheaded and just like I was going to pass out. And it was so bad I had to give the baby to Chris. And they had to give me fluids and that went away. But I feel like that was kind of the beginning of it. And
how many months after giving birth did you have these excruciating pains and you had to take yourself to the ER? A week?
A week and a half. A week and a half. Yeah. I gave birth on October 3rd. We went to the postpartum retreat. We were there for 4 days. We got home on the 5th day. I started feeling like hot purple garbage. Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible. And then, so then I go to the doctor, they do a CAT scan. I go home, they call me the next day, and when they call, it's like, okay, ring the alarms. Because usually they'll just send it to you in an email, the results. They're like, you have a blood clot. You need to be put on anticoagulants, blood thinners for 10 weeks. I had to give myself subcutaneous shots in my abdomen every day for 10 weeks. And thank God knows what he's doing. Thank God I had already done IVF shots, the hormones.
Because now you know how to administer.
I knew how to do it. I was a pro at it because I hated needles. But I knew how to do it because it's like, oh, I did this like 100 times just to get the baby here. So cool, that's nothing. And I had to do that every day for 10 weeks. And so then I'm like grappling with like my mortality. Like I just had a baby and what if I'm about to die? Like I could die and Jet won't even know me. It was like the wildest mind fuck of life. Ghetto.
No, Candace, you almost died.
I could have died. Women die from what I had. Yes. Yeah. And I had the best doctors. I had the best care. I was going to the doctor every week from the beginning of my pregnancy because after 35, you're considered geriatric. So I was an old bitch. And so they wanted, and then because I was an IVF geriatric pregnancy, they wanted to really monitor me, Jet, his growth. So I was every week. And I'm healthy. I worked out. I was leg pressing double my weight 3 days before I gave birth. I worked out my whole pregnancy. I was healthy.
So do they know how the blood clot even happened?
No.
They don't know.
No. I mean, there was speculation that because part of my placenta, it's supposed to detach naturally, and part of it didn't detach. And they think maybe it was something to do with that, but I don't know. And I really didn't. I never kind of went back and like investigated why, because life just kind of kept moving.
Right.
And I was just happy to, go get rescanned and find out the clot is resolved. You can resume your normal life.
Listen, I'm happy you brought this up because the mortality rate for Black women who give birth, we know the statistics is not favorable, unfortunately. And that's why when it comes to Black women giving birth who went through the IVF process and or have a set of twins or more, it's very scary in the room. And I know lots of Black women who this is the reality for them.
Yes.
So I'm grateful, number one, that you're here, but I'm also grateful that you allowed this audience to hear about your experience so they can understand, to check those things out.
Yes.
Whether it's a stroke, a blood clot, these are things that aren't talked about enough. We know about high blood pressure and all that.
Right. Yeah.
But blood clots are a real thing.
And it's like, listen to your body.
Yeah.
Because I had symptoms. I had a high fever and I had excruciating pain. That's not normal postpartum. I didn't have a C-section, you will have lower abdomen pain. I had a very beautiful, normal vaginal birth. I labored beautifully. I wasn't in a lot of pain. I had an amazing experience until then. Yeah. Everything else I would do all over again. It was amazing. But it really is just about listening to your body. Your body will tell you. Yeah.
Listen, thank God for that.
Yes.
Thank God for you. Because listen, we need Candiace Dillard Bassett around, child.
Oh,
we're not ready with you yet.
We're a mess. We're a mess. Yeah.
How? Okay. But I haven't, this is our first time meeting face to face.
Which is crazy.
Which is wild.
Yes.
Raindrops, she is more gorgeous in person.
Oh, thank you.
And I mean that.
Carlos.
The face is facing, the wig is wigging, in a good way. The outfit is outfitting. She is you're a stunner.
Thank you.
You are beautiful.
Carlos, I'm going to blush.
No, you are.
Thank you.
I see why Chris is grabbing your ass.
Well,
and not the asses of others.
Listen. Hello. Listen, we are anti-ass grabbing. Unless there's a ring on it, okay? He's put in the work to grab this ass.
How is Chris doing?
He's wonderful. He is so he was recently promoted to like a regional area director at his restaurant group. So now he's overseeing a bunch of restaurants, which is a lot less work, because restaurants are, as you may know, just grueling, strenuous. You are always at work, even when you're not at work. And this position, I feel like he's finally kind of settled in and not constantly ripping and running and cussing. And because when we first met, I joke all the time, he kicked a door in. And I was like, this white man is crazy. Like, I didn't really know him that well. We were working together. So he was always stressed. It's a very high stress environment. This time in his chapter in his career is where he is supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And he's thriving there, and he's loved there. He'd been at this restaurant group before, left to open Myron Mixon's. He wanted to be an owner. And then that closed in the pandemic, and found his way back to Titan Hospitality, and he's thriving there and happy.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And I know, because that's his passion.
Food. Yes.
Food. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I know that that's something he takes very seriously. He's on TikTok doing things too.
He's on the TikTok. He's on the Instagram, all the platforms he's doing this new thing now where he has like a bell, and it's like, ding, order up. And then he does like a I don't know, like a counter, like, he puts the food over the counter, and then he like tells you like what the meal is, and he makes the meal for the people, and then I get to eat the meal. So we are all happy about that.
I love that for you. Listen, you are a wife, a mom.
Yes.
And before we get into all of your success, your endeavors, what is life like for you, for Candiace Dillard Bassett? You know, this spoiled honey, you know what I'm saying? As the world likes to call you, you know, Nippo baby.
Yes, shout out to the Nippo baby, the black ones.
I was going to say, all my raindrops know I'm obsessed with rich black kids.
Yes, why not? Because we all want to be. Who doesn't want to have a coin? I will never understand why you are mad at me for having a coin. Like, let's get you some. Let's work on building generational wealth for our crotch goblins, our children. Yes.
Not crotch goblin.
He crawled from my crotch. He came right up out of there.
Have you seen the episode Married to Medicine where Dr. Simone had the conversation with her son Michael?
Yes. We talked about it on my podcast, Undomesticated.
Which I watch, by the way.
You do?
I love you.
You watch, girl?
And I love Michael too. Like,
isn't Michael crazy?
I love Michael. I'm a fan of Michael. I love you guys.
We talked about it.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, what are your thoughts on that? Because you know, he's 22 years old. He spent $60,000 in 1 year on a credit card.
Yes.
And he wanted a new car. He had Tesla. A Jeep, but she bought him a Tesla anyway after snapping at him. 99.9% of the world was on her side. Whose side are you on in that situation?
I'm on our ancestors' side, okay? Because this is their wildest dreams, okay? Okay? Listen, let's go back. Let's do our history here, okay? This country, the backs of slaves, okay, is what this country was built on. And when they were toiling in the trenches, I can imagine that they were yet dreaming of the day. They probably couldn't even dream of a black Nepo baby, like the likes of me, the likes of Michael, the likes of
Blue Ivy,
Northwest, all of them,
yeah,
all of them. You know,
Lori Harvey. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Lori. Yes. Hey, Uncle Steve. Yes. It is otherworldly for our ancestors, and so, and you know, when I'm listening to Simone, because I love when she be cackling and hollering and carrying on.
Me too.
And that mouth gets going and them teeth, I love it. Because cuss them out, Simone. Everybody deserves it. You heard it here first. It reminds me of my mom. And the dynamic between Simone and her children is parallel in many ways to that of myself and my siblings, where she gonna fuss, she gonna cuss and carry on. But she's gonna read the credit card statement and see, okay, why did you spend $15,000 on this? Get out my face. Because my parents didn't come from a whole lot. My parents are the first in their families to be as successful as they are, to have advanced degrees, to go to medical school, to become millionaires. So hell yeah. And Simone has every right to say what she's going to say. And you need that. You need that to balance out what can sometimes become delusion, which can then lead, I think, to a handicap for us. But those kids know. They know what they have. They know how blessed they are. And I don't think for a second they take it for granted. Those are just, from my purview, that is how I see it.
What advice, though, now that you're a mom, what advice do you give Black parents? Because a lot of Black parents are first 6-figure, 7-figure earners in their families, and they are raising children who feel like they are entitled to their parents' money. Is there a sort of like rule they should live by so that the child doesn't grow up thinking like, I am entitled to what you have, and that child is handicapped because they don't have the struggle of figuring things out on their own?
Well, I think my parents I still worked. I worked in my parents' office. I had to earn my keep in the office. And when I didn't do what I was told, I got fired. Like, my mother fired me from the office. And I had to work my way back to being able to come back to work. I also think it's situational based on the person. And every family is going to have one fool. And we have a fool in our family. I love my brother. But we have a fool. Every family has a fool. My sister and I, we always worked. I think growing up, I saw my parents work. And even though they were able to provide, in excess for us, I saw them get up, my mother built her practice from scratch. I watched her, sell Avon. I watched her sell, it was called? Specialty merchandise. It was like these trinkets that you would get, like a big thick book, and it had like, all the aunties would have like the Black Love statues in the house. Yeah. That was like a company. You could buy all that. My mother sold that stuff. She had a dress shop, and I worked in the dress shop. I did inventory, and I rung up customers, and I helped build the displays in the windows. And then she started her practice, and there are so many. We have our hairline because of my mom. Like, the entrepreneurial spirit that she has, whether I wanted it to or not, has rubbed off on me and my sister and my brother too. He's just the boy. He's the only boy, and he thinks like a boy. But I think it's situational, and I think it is the responsibility of the parents to start early and teach your children about money, teach them about stocks, teach them, how to open an IRA and how the stock market works. Those are all things that my mom taught me very early, and how important education is. I value education so much because I watched my parents my mom was going to school to get her master's. We were living in Biloxi, and it was just me and my mom. Her and my dad had divorced already. And she would leave me with a babysitter 3 nights a week and drive from Biloxi to where is Southern? In New Orleans? Southern. She would drive to New Orleans to get her master's. And I could never erase that from my memory. I could never not, I feel like I have to honor that. I got my MBA because I felt like I need to honor the work that my parents put in. All of them, my mom, my dad, and my step-parent, they're all professionals with advanced degrees. I have to honor that. And then I need to give my children a benchmark. This is what you can do. And then you can go further than this, but I want you to at least see your ceiling is high. You can do anything you want, regardless of how you look. Because my son looks Black, and everybody's going to have something to say because I spoke about having a fear of how I would raise a light-skinned child. And he is light brown, but he looks like a young man, a young Black man. And so I want him to see you, Black boy, can be whoever you want to be. here are the examples.
Yeah. Do your parents still give you money?
Yeah.
Is it a monthly allowance, bi-weekly?
No, it's like, hey, I want to do a sponsorship with Miss USA. Prima Hair Collection is the hair sponsor for Miss USA, Miss Teen USA.
Uh-huh.
Can you give me a loan for that? Sure. Here's a check. And my sister and I run the business now. So we are working the business and we will pay my mom that money back from that. She invested in Prima.
So, I like that.
Yeah.
So no, like, here's money.
Well, no. And I also have her credit card. And if I want to go and like go to Sephora and I don't want to use my money, me and my sister will be like, put it on mom's card. Yes.
I'm so obsessed with that.
Shout out to Amex. Thank you. Thank y'all.
Are we paying for our mortgage on our own?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
So you and Chris pay for the mortgage.
Yes.
All the utilities.
It's high and ghetto. Yes. Well, I don't pay. Chris pays the utilities.
Okay.
We split our mortgage.
Okay.
And he pays the other bills.
And what do you pay?
We split the mortgage. And I buy my gas for the most part.
You love your life, don't you?
We are blessed.
Get it, bitch.
It's a blessing.
Obsessed with it.
And people, every marriage is different. Okay, right? Like,
yes,
because I have friends who like pool all their money into one account and they pay everything together out of one account.
Yeah, that's like normal.
Yeah. No, my money is over here and your money is over there, and we put the mortgage into one account, but everything else, like I buy the groceries, for example. So I will go to Costco and just go like this and just get everything because I love Costco, and that's my business. And then he'll eat whatever is in the house. And then he also buys a lot of, because he cooks every day or every other day. So he'll go buy that stuff. But for the house, I buy the groceries.
And for the child.
So for the child, we kind of split that. So like, shout out to everybody, because we have not had to buy a diaper still.
And the boy's like, what, 3?
He's 15 months. He's a year and 3 months. We I lied. We just had to buy our first box of diapers, and Dot bought those. And then shout out to grandparents. I don't buy anything for Jet. I'd be like, Ma, Jet needs some shoes. Okay. And she will send him like 6 pairs of shoes. We went to the mall over Christmas because he's growing out of his clothes and he needed more winter clothes. I was like, dang, I need to get Jet some stuff. Okay, let's go in the store. And I'm like, oh, this is cute. This is cute. And we get up there and she just pulled her cart. My mother she is the grandmother.
Well, the thing is this. Listen, if I ever had a child, and I mean this because I'll say anything I mean. If I ever had a child, and God knows that if I decide to have one, it's his will.
Yes.
And he knows that I want the baby to be healthy. He also knows that I think firstborn kids, when they're a girl, I think a firstborn should be a daughter because she will take care of you in your old age.
Yes.
And she'll make sure you're good.
Yep.
I'm going on record for the world to know, if God blessed me with a daughter, I want her to be you.
Shut Carlos!
No, I do. I want my daughter. No, everyone knows this. I want my daughter to stand on business like my father's Carlos fucking King.
Listen.
And that's what we're not going to do.
Period.
And then I want her to be smart, educated, gorgeous, poised. And I want her to be like, Dad. I'm like, what, baby?
Yeah.
Me, my daughter.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yes, exactly.
My daughter. Dad, yes. Okay, girl, let me tell you what happened. I'm a bitch.
Yes.
You know, like that.
Yes.
And then I'll be like, are you good? I'm fine. You wanna go to the mall?
Yep.
Yup.
No, that was my
I
childhood.
don't care if she's 50 with a husband.
Oh, I'm still on my dad's phone plan. Okay.
You're my child.
Listen, and I'll never forget, when I was getting married, he was like, so, you want to maybe get your own phone plan? I said, no, why would I do that? Pray tell, why? And he was like, okay. And I'm selling his phone plan. Because why? For what reason would I ever not? I'm his only daughter, okay? I'm a daddy's girl. I will be on his phone plan until kingdom come, until there is no more AT&T.
Yeah, that's my daughter. Okay.
Yes.
So listen, I want to shift off to your career. As you know, I'm a huge fan of your music.
Thank
and you know that I play your songs and I do my own karaoke. And you're such a beautiful songstress.
Thank you.
You have the gift of voice. You can really sing. You're not that reality star who just want to hop a 1 2 1 2 to be relevant. Like, you take your artistry seriously. You have submitted your work to the Grammy, the Recording Academy.
Yes.
What can we expect from you when it comes to your music? Because I'm a Basset hound.
Yes.
You know, that's for fans, honey.
Yes.
I'm a Basset hound. And, honey, I want some more music.
Well, your wish is granted. Literally. So, do you remember from like old Kardashians when Kourtney would be like, literally, Kim?
Yeah.
So, literally, Kim, I have a new single. Yes, like we are literally like mixing and mastering my new single right now. And I just shot the video, and I just got the cover for the single, and it's so fire. It's so amazing. And I'm really proud of this next iteration of music. It's so good. And I don't say that about anything I do. Mm-hmm. Like I don't toot my own horn, but I am just so proud of this music. I recorded most of it when I was pregnant. And I don't know if that was like my emotions were in a different space, but I was just like raw and like, I'm saying exactly what the fuck I want to say. And I don't give a fuck what you think. Mm-hmm. And it is exactly what I want my artistry to be positioned as at this time.
Is it R&B pop? Is it soulful R&B?
It's R&B with a touch of rock.
Ooh.
But it's soulful.
Yeah.
But I think in my past life, I was like a rock star. Like even in my shows, there's, I forget what song. I think it's Do It, where there's like a little interlude, a little musical interlude. And I bring out my guitarist, shout out to Jay Rojas. And he does like this like guitar riff, and I'm on the floor like whipping my hair and like head banging.
Yes.
I'm a rock star. Okay. I'm the long lost black female Chili Pepper.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
I love the instrumentation of rock music and how emotional it is and how chaotic it can be. But my base is R&B because that's who I am. I was raised by the R&B girlies and men of the 90s.
Toni Braxton, we saw the cover you did and you killed it.
Thank you.
Have you heard from her?
She, years ago, she gave me a nod somewhere. I can't remember where, but she gave me a nod somewhere years ago. I didn't hear from her on this occasion. But I'm very close to her sister Tamar.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend.
I love Tamar. Hi Tay.
Hi Tay, I love you. I'll call you tomorrow.
Yes. I love her for, just for who she is, but I love her because we are similarly, I think, misunderstood. And she has a really big heart, and I think people miss that because they want to misunderstand her. But she's amazing, and I love her.
No, yeah. I love her too, and I cannot agree more. You are doing Traitors this season, and this is such the show for you as your sort of comeback to unscripted television. Mm-hmm. What can you tell us? And let's don't say much, honey, because
I don't want to get no phone calls.
Neither do I. Okay. Hi.
Hey, y'all.
You on this show makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. And I literally am excited to see you. Listen, my spidey senses tell me if you're not the winner, you're going to go far because you are maniacal, a strategist, a shade queen, and because you are a pageant girl, honey, You know how to appear sweet, but you also know how to be very cunning. Is that describe? Describe your season.
I'll take that. Yes, I will put an asterisk over to the strategist because I find that I'm not that great at strategy in my mind, as evidenced by the chaos and mayhem that you all saw on Housewives. Like I was never thinking ahead. I was always like in the moment with a butter knife. So, I
iconic scene.
Listen,
that's when I stand you. By the way, go ahead.
Oh God, yeah, that was the. I'm gonna tell you something after about that.
Okay, because
yes, yeah,
I bought her a beverage, but go ahead.
Yeah. So no, people had been started like tagging me online and saying, "Oh, you should to do this show," and I hadn't heard of it yet, and I was like, "What is Traitors? Well, I don't want to do this," because all I saw was like, "Oh, they're outside running, and they're sweating, and there's bugs, and water, and what? I'm not. This is no. I'm not. Outside is not my ministry, unless I'm like going from one building to the next. So what do I look like?" With my wig or my I had a sew-in, sweating, like my scalp is sweating in my sew-in. And I can't like wash properly because ain't no black hairstylist in Scotland. So I was not really interested, but it kept like every season from season 1 to season 3, I just kept getting pinged. And then, NBC finally came to me and they were like, "Yeah, we want you to do this. We think it'd be great for you."
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I like a challenge and I like to prove myself wrong. And this was all of that. And so I left my baby. My baby was 8 months at the time. And you are very much sequestered and you don't have access to the outside world. I will just kind of break the fourth wall and I have to give flowers to Studio Lambert, the production company, because they are just wonderful and were very good about letting me talk to my son and letting me call home and make sure that he was okay.
Good.
But no, you're like in it and you are like, all you have is like your notebook and a pen when you're in your room. And the rest of the time, you're just out running around or like, sleuthing out who the traitors are.
So you're on the show with Porsha.
Porsha, yes. Yes.
How was that experience with her?
It was fun. So I didn't know who was going to be there. And I had no idea. I didn't have any speculation. So when I saw her, I was excited. It's like, oh, a familiar face. A black person.
Period.
Right? Because I'm like,
that's how we do.
Who black is going to be here? I don't know anybody. And then I was excited just to see Housewives. And I had never met Lisa Rinna. But I was like, oh, a familiar face that, runs in the same front yard, the Bravo front yard that I have run in. So I was excited to see Housewives, but particularly one that I knew, albeit, wrought with a bit of tumult here and there. But I knew her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you and Porsha get into a verbal spat?
In the castle?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't really say, can I?
No.
I cannot.
Look, me helping you out. No. I pretty much can see, because, I know Porsha, and I know you,
yes.
And are you and Porsha, are we going to be entertained?
Oh,
by the two of you?
Without a doubt.
In the same room?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That I can say.
Us fans will not be disappointed when we see you and Porsha in the same room.
No.
Okay. You unfollowed her.
I did.
Was that before Scotland or after Scotland?
I think it was before. I think it was before.
Now, you did follow her when you guys did Ultimate Girls Trip.
I think we had been following each other before Ultimate Girls Trip. And then, and then we had our debates in Thailand, and we weren't really talking like that, but I didn't unfollow her. I'm not an unfollow. Like, that's not my thing. Like, I can be pissed at you, but, but I'm not. I don't need to unfollow you unless I'm seeing you a lot on my timeline. But I'm not thinking like, oh, I'm mad at this person, let me go find them and unfollow them. So no, I had been following her up until I wasn't.
What made you hit the unfollow button?
Well, I discussed this also on my podcast,
Undomesticated.
I saw a clip of her on Atlanta Housewives talking about, I always forget her name, the new girl.
Shamia?
No, Angela.
Angela
right?
Oakley.
Yes. Talking about...
fucking Charles Oakley.
Yes. They were on a cash trip. And she was like, she better be careful before I sleep with her husband. And I just saw the clip. I was not watching the show, but I see clips. I see clips of all the shows. I see clips of Potomac. I see clips of Atlanta, all the clips. And I'm a human who has social media. So I'm looking at the clips. And I was like, what? This is it's as a married woman who is in the public eye and already dealing with like hoes who want to throw themselves at your man, sometimes they're coworkers. It just makes my grits. Do you need a moment? I'll give you a moment.
My raindrops know I sometimes have a can of oxygen because I gag so much that I sometimes get out of breath.
Do we need to break?
Oh, no, I'm good now, honey.
Okay.
I'm going to stop, drop, and roll.
Oh, fire.
Yes, it's a fire, honey, on 34th
Lord
Street.
Jesus. Okay. But no, it just, as a married, and I said this too, just the conviction of a wife is different because you're battling against so many things. The devil comes to marriages in a lot of different ways. It can come in the form of, raggedy $2 hoes. It can come in the form of why you leave your drawers on the floor. It can come in the form of, we are two ships passing in the night because we're both working all the time. There are a lot of challenges in a marriage. And as a married woman, much like now that I'm a mother, I also like just view things differently and I approach life differently. I just don't like to hear a woman, especially one who's been married before, say something that could be so detrimental to a marriage. And it just like triggered me. And it makes me protective and it makes me just more prickly to certain things. And it changes my tolerance. And then also being a woman of God, like there's a conviction of a Christian wife and trying to be like a good wife who is dutiful and prayerful over her marriage and over her family. And that is always like in the front and the back in my mind. And so when I saw it, it was just like, this is just, I don't want to see this. And I'm now like, I think in my later 30s, I'm more so invested in curating what is in my orbit and knowing that I have control over a lot of what I choose to ingest. And I'm quick to, do on Instagram, you can do like the thing where it says like, I don't like this.
Yes.
And I don't want to see this anymore. And, that can be anything. Like, I don't like watching Black people getting beat up. So I don't want to watch that. Mm-hmm. So whereas before I would, just keep scrolling, you could do something about it. I want to curate my timeline so this is not a part of my viewing experience because it seeps into your psyche and I don't want that in my space. This was the same thing. I just didn't want to see any of it. I didn't want to see her or any footage or content that had to do with what was said. And then I heard later that she apologized for it or took accountability for it. And I was like, oh, great. Perfect. And I moved on. I didn't see a need to, okay, now let me go back and refollow. It was done and it wasn't it wasn't deep for me. It was just, I don't like this. I'm going to unfollow.
Do you guys talk about it in Scotland?
No, we don't.
You don't.
It doesn't come
You talk
up.
about other stuff.
Well, there's so much going on
Right.
there. Like, it is, from the moment we got there, it was like, go. Like, you saw, I think they showed like a little trailer. We pull up and it's fire going up in the sky. I said, now what? Is this okay? My wig, this is human hair, so I will be okay. But I was just like, so many things going on. So no, and then it just moved so fast that there was not a moment for me to discuss it.
Well, she's now dating a woman.
That's right.
Are you surprised?
No. I think one of the beauties of Porsha is that is she a water sign? She's very fluid. She's
a Cancer.
Is Cancer water? No, they're earth. I think.
Yeah.
I think. Don't quote me.
Don't quote
But
me
she's
with that.
right. Okay. I know I'm fire. That's what I
I just know her birthday.
Okay.
Is in June.
June.
She's June 22nd.
Okay.
She's a Cancer.
Okay. So, well, she's always been very just fluid and just does what she wants, which I think I admire about her. Anyone who I've always said too, even I'll say something nice about Ashley Forehead Darby. She's another one that just kind of goes with the flow in a way that I can't necessarily do. So no, I'm not surprised. Good for her.
Would you be surprised if Ashley tried to date your son when he got over the age of 18?
Well, given the turn of events, no, I would not be surprised. But just that is a brand of low down, low budget, slew-footed trailer park nonsense. That is disgusting. I should unfollow. I don't think I follow her. If I was following her, I would unfollow her. That is gross.
Were you surprised that Ashley would sleep with Sharice's son, who is a friend of hers? And yes, he's 27, she's 37, and it happened 2 years ago, allegedly. So he was 25, she was 35.
Mm-hmm.
The fans are saying, well, you met him at 15 years old. You saw this guy grow up.
Mm-hmm.
Sharice did my podcast, and she said that no friend of hers would ever date her sons. And she felt that if the roles were reversed and that a grown man saw one of Giselle's daughters grow up and started dating them, the whole world would be
open arms.
Do you agree with that?
I do. I watched that whole interview. It was very good.
Thank you.
And I haven't talked to Sharice, but I'm proud of her for saying everything that she said, because she's not ever really done that before. What was the question?
Do you think that Ashley doing that, does it define her character? And do you think there's a double standard because she's a woman who did it?
Do I think it defines her character? I think it is confirmation of the character we have always known her to have. To which I don't always fault her. I don't condemn people for all of their evil, because everyone has a story and everyone is who they are because of where they have been and what they have been through. And I think that much of Ashley's, many of her choices are a result of where she has come from and what she has been through. And you hear her talk about it. At least when I was there, she talked about it a lot, how she came from humble beginnings and they didn't have a lot of money, and her parents were abusing substances. And I think that informed why she felt like she had to go run up behind Gollum. Because who chooses? Who makes this choice? There is money strewn about from this corner of the earth to that one. And this was your choice? This was a woman in duress. I'm glad that she has, however it happened, taken her leave and moved on from that. But I think that she is a woman who is haunted by her environment, and she is a product of her environment, and it makes her do foul, low budget things like justify allegedly sleeping with your friend's son. Like my friends' children, those are my nieces and nephews. Now, let's say, God forbid, I get to be up to 60 something and, the aliens come and get Chris and I'm single and my best friend's son is of age. What do you mean? That is a child. We don't, I would never, we're not cavorting with children. Even if they are grown, I remember you as a child. How do you then lay allegedly with this person that you can recall memories of them being a child? The only explanation is something is amiss up here. And it is a result of where you have been. We need to call it. Where is the therapist? Where is Dr. whomever? Iyanla. Call Iyanla.
Not the life needed to be fixed.
Fix it.
Were you surprised that Robin Dixon said on her podcast she has with Giselle, Reasonably Shady, she said that although she thought what Ashley did was tasteless, they're both grown and she doesn't see a problem with it. That one of her sons got older to be that age and two consenting adults did that, she wouldn't be upset with the act of it. She thought it was tasteless that Ashley did not tell Charisse.
Coming from Robin, that doesn't surprise me just because Robin is very lax daisical, like in life. Like everything is like, oh, whatever, I'll get to it. So, and I think Robin is a wonderful mother. Like, I don't fuck with her, but I think that she's a great mom. Like, I've seen her mother. She's a great mom. And she loves her sons. I also think that that if that's her rationale, I feel like that comes from a place of the privilege of having only sons, right? Mm. When you have daughters, unfortunately, we live still in a patriarchal society, and you have to view the world through the lens of a woman and differently than you view the world through the lens of a man. And I don't have daughters, but I will have a daughter. And I wanted a girl first, and I had gender disappointment that they all talk about, mm-hmm. and had to kind of come to terms with it. And now I couldn't see my life without Jet, and I'm obsessed with him. And he was supposed to be first. Mm-hmm. I get it now. Mm-hmm. But what I wanted was different from what God wanted, and I had to kind of come to terms with that. But in always wanting a girl first, I think, always prepared to be a girl mom in the way that I presented myself, the way that I moved about the world, the way that I protected her from the world. And I'm prepared for that. And if Robin had daughters, I would venture to say that she might have more of a problem with it because it is seen as more predatory in the reverse.
Mm. You said on your podcast, Undomesticated, mm-hmm. that you don't see yourself going back to the Real Housewives of Potomac. And I want to talk to you about that. Okay. Because I don't like that. Okay, and this is me talking to you as your big brother.
You and everybody.
Okay, but it's different with me.
Okay, Mom.
Okay, hey, Doc. Let me take over the. I'm your gay godfather, okay. Honey. Okay. I don't like it, and I don't want you to speak that into existence, and I want you to hear me out. Okay.
Okay.
Your first appearance on my podcast a couple of years ago, you said mm-hmm. something that stayed with me. you talked about how you manifested that job, how you manifested the job of being a Real Housewife of Potomac, and how you prayed to God. You talked about how you got on your knees and you prayed to God. And I don't play about prayer.
Me either.
And God does not play about his children bowing down to him in need, because and I want you to be still and receive what I'm saying, okay? God does not play about blessing his children when they get down on when they get down on their knees and they ask him. Ask in prayer, ask and you shall receive, right?
Yes.
And when he doesn't give it to you, it's because he got something better for you. Or it's not the right time. God gave you that job.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
No one else did.
Yeah.
None of the girls did. The production company, the network. God gave you that job. Okay? Because when God saw his child bow down to him and requested that, God smiled at you and said,
"Oh, Lord. I'm going to need a tissue in a moment."
Sandra. No, but hear me out.
There should have been a box on the table.
God smiled at you.
Yes.
And he and Psalm 37:4.
Oh,
He gave you the desires of your heart. And when I look at you, okay, you did that show because you knew you were appointed to do it. Okay? You did that show because you were appointed to do it.
They're on the way. They're on the way.
And you did that show out of sheer obedience. And what I'm saying to you is this. It did not come in the package that you thought it was going to come in.
Yeah.
Your prayers came to life, but it did not come in the package that you requested. And it left you with self-doubt. It left you with disappointment. It left you with hurt. And it left you with pain. Because you signed on to do something and it looked nothing like you thought it would. And what you are doing now, as you say these things, you're protecting yourself from hurt again. I don't believe you when you say you don't want to go back, because you do. But hear me out. I don't believe you. And the reason why I don't believe you, respectfully, is because you stepped into that show and you gave it your all.
Oh my God.
You gave it your all. And I remember watching a scene on your last season and you sat there at a table. And I remember you were dead in the eyes. Because for you, you looked around and it was no longer reflective of the vision you had. And you question your purpose on that show, and you question your place on that show. And I want the world to know, you and I have never talked about this.
No.
Okay? And what I'm saying to you is this. Time heals all wounds. Okay? And the last thing I want for you, I don't want your pain to come in between your purpose.
Pastor King.
Okay? And what you have to figure out for yourself, and I'm willing to hold your hand in conversing with you. All the girls call me. I give all the girls advice, and all the girls are winning, right?
I know.
Okay. I want you to not have any ego in this, because my definition of ego, I learned this when I was an intern at a gospel radio station, child, because I'm 17 years old. I'm gay Carlos King in Detroit, Michigan, honey. And I'm an intern at the gospel radio station because I took a leap year. And hey, listen, I wasn't ready, child.
Look where you are.
Well, thank you. God is good. All the time, God is good.
Yes.
So a person who was being interviewed, he said ego, the EGO stands for erasing God out. He said it's for erasing God out. And I don't want your ego to get the best of you. Because you were raised on legacy. You were raised on hard work. And you were raised on setting up the family crest. Oof. And you have a mouth to feed. And what we're not going to do is get on Beyonce's internet and Carrie Hilson's 5G network.
Hey, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie. Love her. Love her more. And speak things into the world that we don't want to happen. I think you've been hurt. I think you've been beaten. I think you've been, and when I say beat, I mean the physical sense. I mean just like, this shit is tough.
Yeah.
And that's why I said I don't care what anyone has to say. I'm the guy who understands everything, right?
Yes.
And I know many girls who had to step away for a moment in time to figure things out. And I'm not saying that the grass isn't always greener, right? Because the grass is greener based on the seeds you plant in the ground, okay? But what I am saying to you, baby, you came on that motherfucker and changed the temperature of that bitch. You did. We marvel at that. And I'm happy that you stepped away, because the last thing that I believe God wanted for you is to be distracted by the fetus inside of you. And there was no way you could have both.
No.
Unpopular opinion, I don't believe you can have it all at once.
I agree.
You can't have it all at once.
I agree.
So God knew, I have to remove you from the situation in order for you to be in the best mind space, mind, body, and soul to give birth to another human being. And now that you are snatched to the gods in the heavens, honey, and now that you have that experience, now that you're on Traitors, honey, which I consider to be the pregame to getting, back on Housewives.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I want you, when you leave here today, I want you to get on your knees and I want you to have a heartfelt talk to God. No one's listening. You don't have to impress your listeners, your fans, the world, these girls, anybody involved. I want you and God to have a real conversation. And based on that, I want your actions and your behavior and your mindset to follow what God tells you.
Do we have a collection plate?
Well, no, that's just, this is...
Oh my God.
You were hurt.
Yes.
Because you were giving it everything and you didn't realize these are my friends and these are alliances. And I really thought we were friends.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
That is a significant part of it.
Yeah.
I will say this. I remember, I don't remember what season it was. 7. I think 6, 7. I think it was 7. Whenever I was going through my first round of IVF, and it's a very tedious time. You have to be giving yourself injections. You're going into the doctor every morning so that they can look at your ovaries and look at your follicles in your ovaries. and count how many follicles you have and how they're growing. And based on how they're growing per day, they will increase or decrease your medication. So I am like on edge and having to be like very on top of everything. And it's also very emotional and very spiritual. And there was so much negativity going on, I believe, that season that my first egg retrieval failed. And I know that the stress of the show was why it failed, because I wear all of my stress in my gut. Whenever I am like dealing with any type of negative, dark energy stress, it sits in my stomach. And there is not a place, you can't have life growing and also be dealing with dark energy at the same time. I just don't think that it works. And I vowed, I said, I don't think I've ever said this. I vowed to myself, if I can get pregnant again, or if I can get pregnant, because that was just me retrieving eggs. But if I can get pregnant, I promise I will do everything in my power to create a space to bring forth this child. I will sacrifice whatever. And I knew I knew halfway through that last reunion, and I was pregnant at that time. I snuck into the bathroom to give myself my shot, because after you get pregnant via IVF, you have to continue your progesterone and oil shots for a whatever time. Mine was 10 weeks. I had to do shots for 10 weeks after they implanted the embryo. And I had to sneak to the bathroom and do my injection. And I'm, trying to, stay focused and stay in the game of the reunion, which is like our Super Bowl for the season. And also make sure that I'm not forgetting I have to take care of this too. And then I remember our team of producers, they would come into everybody's room and just check in and say, how is everybody doing? And we were just casually talking about motherhood and where I was in my journey, because we had been talking since I started the show, really, about like me starting a family. Like, you saw me grow up on the show. I went from being, a single woman to getting married and moving out of a house my mom helped me buy, and now starting this journey of wanting to become a mother. And we were talking about that, and I'm pregnant at the time, and they're asking me like, well, do you think that you'll be ready? And I was like, no, because I was terrified to share something so sacred and so special and so something that was just mine and my husband's, and it result in something tragic. And so I lied. I didn't lie. I omitted. And it's impossible for me to not think about or address, in prayer or with family and friends, what I would like to do as far as the show. I can't walk down the street and people are like, and it's a wonderful feeling. to know that you're loved in that way and missed. But it is scary. And it is, it makes me emotional because I do recall what just felt like beating your head against the wall with people who are dedicated to misunderstanding me and not wanting to be in that space while trying to bring life into the world. And I tip my hat to women who are able to do it, and, more power to you. That just wasn't what I wasn't willing to take the risk. And I have never said never. I have just said it's not a priority, and it's not what I see for myself right now. I don't ever want to close any doors. I'm just cautiously optimistic, if you will, about the doors that I do want to open or reopen.
Yeah.
And what that would look like for me and, all parties involved, because there are requirements for healing and reconciliation that would need to be in place that are not on the table because people are given free rein to run amok in the castle. And that's okay. I will sit over here and do what I'm doing with my husband and my baby. That's
no, and I received that. And and what I can say to you, I think there's a shift that's happening. It's not granular, right? Excuse me. It's not granular by any means, right? But I see a shift happening because, when you look at someone like Stacey Rush, who came in and authentically herself, and who didn't allow herself to be. And when I say this word, I meant in terms of like, the process of joining something new and you're just like, what's going on? She allowed herself to be mishandled by people. She was like, baby, this is it.
Yeah.
If my breath stinks, hand me a breath mint. Like, what y'all want to do? And then it's sort of like, oh, well, that's different. And I think I'll say this because whatever, I'm going to say it. I strongly believe the positive reception of Stacey Rush has surprised people. I think it has allowed people to view things differently. And I think the warm, grandiose reception of the audience has allowed a lot of people to be like, oh, there's a new temperature.
Yes.
That needs to be dialed back, right? And getting back to the basics. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, you know for a fact that I have been trying to talk to you face to face for a couple of years.
Yes.
And you and I are both, spiritual people. This happening at this time in our lives is destiny, because it was supposed to happen this time. Because on some real stuff, I didn't feel this way 3 years ago, 2 years ago. I didn't feel this way last year, right? I felt this way recently, and everything that I'm describing obviously has happened in the past couple of months. So that's why, as a obedient child of the Lord, I would be remiss not to share with you what I feel like He's putting in my heart and my spirit to regurgitate to you. And I do mean it when I say, look, have a conversation with him because it's you. But baby, I think a tide has turned. I strongly believe that. I think the Sharice interview highlighted that.
Yeah.
People saying like, well, damn, Carl, I like Sharice now. Yes. I mean, I kind of want her back on the show. Maybe not full time, but hey, can she be a friend? And so I think people want to get back to the basics. I think people want real reality again. I think people are over like, okay, girl, that was shady, or we're going to haze the new girl. I think all of that is sort of like, I think people are over it. Yeah. And I think people want real conversations.
Yeah.
And I think people want real accountability.
Yeah.
And the willingness for two parties to come to the table saying, let's see that. You know, listen,
let's come to the table. Let's see that, because there is a palpable and genuine want or desire between those people.
Yes.
Not because it appears that they're being forced to do so to remain gainfully employed.
Yes, but I'm about to gag you some more. Everybody in corporate America, when they have these teams, in order to present the biggest presentation so that everybody can get that cute bonus at the end of the year. As long as we're all here to be a great team,
yes,
I don't have to vacation with you guys,
for sure.
You know, during the holidays. But when we're at work, let's all come together and be real and do the best thing for the sake of the show. And listen, I also don't subscribe to everybody. Of course, I want this more than often, but I'm also realistic. Listen, we may not talk on the phone.
Yeah.
You know, off season.
Yeah.
But if I run into you at Whole Foods,
yes,
I'm able to stand in aisle 12,
right,
and converse for 15 minutes.
Hey, girl,
to be like, so what's going on with you? Y'all doing good? How so and so? Oh my God, that's good. All right, well, look, I'll see you. We don't have to hang out to dinner if that's not real,
right?
But what I don't want is, well, we have to be buddy. I think now what we're realizing is, as long as we can be respectful, do our job.
Yes.
Not go down that rabbit hole of
foolishness.
Okay. Then I'm here for it. And I want that for you. And listen, call me crazy, but I see that happening. I see it happening. I really do. I really do. I really do. I really, really do.
I can't.
Okay.
Carlos, please.
Okay, fine. Okay, so listen, our time is almost up. You know, look. Okay, I'm almost done. No, I got one more question. Obviously, you and Wendy Osefo, you know, as it appeared on the show, again, I don't know what's happening now because we haven't spoken.
Right.
Appeared to be close. You know what she's going through in her situation. Where do things stand between you and Dr. Wendy?
As far as I know, things stand upright. I haven't spoken to her since right when the news dropped. And I felt like I had to reach out to her immediately because the way that I found out about the news was on the news. I was doing a promo for a stage play that I was doing. And 5 minutes before I went on, they came to me like, hey, we have some breaking news we want you to comment on. I was like, oh, sure. I'm thinking, it was like, President Trump fill out. Okay, we'll talk about that. But it was this. And I was like, I spiraled because what? And so I felt like I had to reach out to her immediately and just say, hey, I don't want you to think I ran down to Fox 5 to talk about you. Like, this is how this happened. This is what I said. And I'm so sorry this is happening. And you know, she responds. It took her a few days naturally to respond. And she was grateful for my well wishes. And I think I may have spoken to her maybe one other time after that. But I haven't really spoken to her outside of that, outside of, liking her photos on Instagram. Mm-hmm. But I'm also just aware of how heavy everything is that's going on. And I don't expect to, talk to her every day. But I think about her all the time. And I think about the situation all the time. And I like run through the OMG of it all. And I hope, I pray that it, will work in their favor.
I agree. And I do too. Okay. So I'm doing this new thing this year where I'm asking all of my reality girlies.
Okay.
This my final question.
Okay.
Okay. You ready for this?
Okay, let me give you some leg.
Okay, Raindrops, you ready for this?
Yes.
Who is Candiace Dillard Bassett's Mount Rushmore of reality stars?
Oh, okay. This is fairly easy. For me.
Yes.
Okay. Number one for me will always be Nene Leakes. For obvious reasons. We're also next door neighbors in Sagittarian. She's the 13th, I'm the 14th. So I feel like I've always just kind of like understood her for that reason. Tiffany New York Pollard. Mm-hmm. Similarly, she was kind of the blueprint for reality television for so many. And she's hilarious. I've never met her though, but she's hilarious through the TV.
I worked with her, the sweetest thing in the world.
I believe it.
Professional, on time.
I believe it.
Go ahead.
I believe it. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. How is 4?
It's 4.
4. Okay. I always like blank on who a third one would be. Oh, it's a good third. I need a minute. I don't know. A third reality. Because the problem is I'm watching Bluey. I'm watching Miss Rachel. So I'm not even sure who is on
Okay,
TV.
they have The Real World, The Kardashians, Basketball Wives, Love and Hip Hop, Baddies, Bad Girls Club, The Apprentice.
Oh, you know what I could go with? Because my Mount Rushmore is black women.
Okay.
Don't, you can fight me on it. Jackie Christie.
Oh, yeah.
That is a Looney Tune fit for TV in the best way. I just love, she is just deliciously crazy. I love her.
Love Jackie.
I love that her and her husband do the thing where they get married every year. I recently saw the stuff about her and her daughter getting jiggy with it on TV. I can relate. We've never fought on TV, but I can relate to the emotion because I saw the clip and I get it. I also know that she had some stuff with her daughter, right, where there was like some stuff about color. Somebody being one of the daughters alleging
colorism.
Yes,
yeah,
that was ouch for me. But I would still put her up there because part of being, I think, iconic in this space is it's not always pink and soft. Sometimes it's like jagged and ugly. And I don't know how she responded to it, but I would still put her up there. And me! And you know what? There was a time where I would not have put me up. I think I've answered this question and I didn't say me. It's 2026. I'm almost 40. Fuck that shit. I am Mount Rushmore. Okay? Period.
Come back to that show and reclaim your spot. Listen, we're going to pop our shit 2026. I'm all about that. Listen, all of the tarot cards that I've been seeing on TikTok,
oh God,
they said about the Libras, honey. They said Libras are like, fuck that. It is what it is. I'm telling you, fuck all this shit. I'm getting real hood.
Yes,
real
I love
Detroit.
it.
Right. Pop your shit,
Yeah.
baby. So we got Nene Leakes, Tiffany Pollard, Jackie Christie, and Candiace Dillard Bassett, Mount Rushmore. And listen, you may see her on your screen soon.
Very soon.
However, she is on this season of Traitors, and I am predicting that my good sister is going to go far and possibly even win. So make sure y'all watch the Traitors every Thursday on Peacock.
Yes.
I love you.
I love you more. This was wonderful. Oh, my knees. Postpartum knees.
my.
Love you.
I love you so much. I want the best for you. I really do.
Pastor King.
I really do. I meant every single word. That's a wrap.